Many individuals believe they are in love, but what they call love is often a distorted version driven by selfish needs. This type of love is deceptive, not just to others, but to the person experiencing it. It mimics the outer form of love while lacking its emotional substance. At its core, this behavior can border on psychopathy, particularly when empathy is absent and others are merely instruments of gratification. At its heart, true love is selfless. It involves deep concern for another person's happiness, even at one's own expense. It seeks connection, nurtures growth, and respects the other's individuality. But selfish people often lack the psychological maturity to engage in this kind of deep, authentic relationship. Instead, they mistake their own happiness, comfort, or emotional needs being fulfilled as signs of love. When the other person no longer satisfies these needs or becomes a burden, the illusion breaks and the so-called love disappears. What remains is a trail of emotional damage and confusion. The problem intensifies because such people often do not even recognize their emotional emptiness. They believe they are capable of love, but what they are really practicing is self-deception. They construct narratives in their minds that paint themselves as loving, generous, or devoted. In reality, every affectionate gesture they make is an investment in their own emotional return. Their kindness is not kindness. It is a form of currency. They say, "I love you," but what they really mean is, "I love how you make me feel." This subtle shift transforms the other person into an object of consumption, not a subject of care. Over time, this pattern reveals psychopathic undertones. Psychopathy, as understood in psychology, is marked by lack of empathy, emotional shallowness, manipulativeness, and a tendency to exploit others for personal gain. While not all selfish lovers are clinical psychopaths, their behaviors often reflect the same traits. They are emotionally detached, yet skilled at mimicking affection. They appear to be caring, but only as long as they are receiving something in return. When they no longer benefit, they detach without remorse, leaving the other person emotionally wounded. This behavior is often rooted in deeper psychological dysfunction. Many such individuals suffer from narcissistic tendencies. Their self-esteem is fragile and dependent on others' validation. They constantly need to be admired, desired, or needed. Others exist not as independent beings, but as mirrors, reflecting back their sense of worth. Some may also come from emotionally deprived or inconsistent backgrounds, where they learn to form attachments based on utility, not mutual care. Emotionally, they remain immature, incapable of giving love that is not tied to a personal reward. The consequences of such distorted love are painful and widespread. Partners in these relationships often feel confused and used. The initial intensity of affection quickly gives way to emotional neglect or even psychological manipulation. These cycles lead to a breakdown of trust both in the relationship and in love itself. In conclusion, the love of a selfish person is not love at all. It is a psychological illusion, a calculated performance crafted for self-satisfaction. When empathy is absent and others are treated as means to an end, what we are witnessing is not romance, but manipulation. It is a form of emotional psychopathy, veiled in sweetness, but rooted in control. Only by exposing this pattern and confronting its origins can one hope to escape the trap and move toward real, mutual, soul-nourishing love.